Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world, and welcome to episode 53 of Ball Don't Lie. Sorry.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, it comes and goes. I thought I could hit higher, but I didn't want to hear my kid cry bloody murder. So,
No, you
folks,
get
we
that.
have an all-star show.
Yeah, we do.
See what I did there? Playing a little pun.
The clips of the dad jokes.
Host Jared with your host, with my co-host Starkey. Say hi,
What's up,
Starkey.
everyone? What's up, everybody?
Folks, I think we have a great show in store for everybody tonight. Starkey, I do have something I'm going to blow your mind with.
Go for it.
It's going to blow your mind. So I'm listening the other day, the Chris Vernon show, and guess who has one more year of eligibility if he chooses? No, back it up. Think about that. So Chris Vernon, listen to it today. He's at the gym over the weekend, picking up, watching his kid. He's just shooting some hoops. He sees a 7-footer there working out, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this guy's 7 foot. He's like 270, 280. Mm-hmm. And he goes, dude, he's just drilling threes left and right, right? So he meets Lester Hudson that played for the Grizzlies. You know what Lester's famous for, right?
Remind me.
Being the only guy in college basketball history to record a quadruple double.
Quadruple double.
He did that. What was it? I think. I don't know where it was. Crap. That's gonna bother me now. It was an OVC school. It was Belmont.
Okay.
No, it's Tennessee Martin. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tennessee Martin. He played for the Grizzlies back in 2010 and 2012 during our little playoff runs, or almost playoff run in 2010. But so he's like, hey, Chris, come meet my buddy over here. And Chris is like, the guy's like, he's like, who is that guy? He's like, his name is Dakari. Think, does any 7-footer name Dakari ring a bell to you?
I feel like it should.
Dakari Johnson ring a bell?
That was the name I was thinking, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Chris said, he's like, man, he's just drilling. He's like, holy crap, this guy's over there playing in China. He's killing it left and right, putting up all-star numbers, right? In China. Yeah. So they talk a little. He's like, hey, don't y'all got this guy at Memphis? So remember, Dakari, he's 27 years old, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He played with Aaron and Andrew Harrison. He was part of he was a sophomore when Devin Booker and Cat were freshmen.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, don't y'all got they're talking, he's like talking about Memphis Tigers and Burns talking. He's like, hey, don't y'all got this old guy on the team? And Chris said, yeah, we do got this old guy on the team. DeAndre, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, isn't it true he has one more year if he wants it? Chris is like, yeah. So, Gary Parrish talked about this last week on the Chris Vernon show. DeAndre Williams has one more year of eligibility left.
That's insane to me.
If he wants it.
You know he will.
Listen, I'll get into this in a second, but listen, Dakari Johnson's already played 4 years in the NBA and has been playing in China since. He's a year older than DeAndre. This man's almost been a professional basketball player for 10 years.
That's wild.
He's 27. He's been playing professional basketball for 8 years.
That's ridiculous.
And DeAndre's about to be playing as a 27-year-old, 5th-year senior.
Super senior.
Super senior. So, there's one more person.
He's talking about Brady White playing.
There's one more person that has an extra year of eligibility that's going to shock you.
Please don't tell me it's ALO.
No. ALO has used his. That we know of.
That we know of.
This player is a Mr. Drew Timme.
Really?
Drew Timme's only played. This is his 4th year in total.
Wow. we've been talking about Drew Timmy since like we were in high school, it feels like.
Drew Timmy was a freshman the COVID year. So, granted, he's only 20. He's only 22. He'll be 20. He'll be 23 in September.
That's insane.
And here's the thing that Parrish made the biggest fact on. He goes, if they want it, why would you? If Memphis, which Penny be stupid not to let DeAndre Williams come back next year.
Yes.
And then Gonzaga be stupid not to let Timmy come back next year. But if you're one of those two guys, you're not going to have an NBA career.
No, absolutely not.
You may be playing a two-way contract or a late second rounder, but then again, remember, you're not really guaranteed that much money as a second rounder.
Exactly. You'd be better off financially going overseas.
Why not stay one more year, make your $150,000 to $300,000, whatever you're making, make that money, get the bag.
You might as well. You'd be stupid not to.
Exactly. So I thought I've been waiting all week to tell you that.
I had no idea.
A lot went on. We both were right on one thing with the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won.
Yes.
So, where do you put Mahomes in the trajectory? Is he going to be up there with Brady?
I'm in the minority here. I think I sent it out the other day. When Patrick Mahomes' career is over, he will go down as the greatest of all time. He will surpass Brady.
Well, remember, and I quote, he said this today. He said, this was supposed to be our rebuild year.
Yes.
And we're world champions.
Yes.
Granted, a lot of people said this game was very controversial, mainly due to that holding play at the end of the game. But, hey, a game on the line.
Absolutely a hold.
It was, okay, so you look at all the angles, you see a hold. I see it, you see it, you can't argue it. But to make the call on Bradbury right then and there, that's a tough. Do you let him play? Do you not? You know what I mean? It's one of those here or there's. You see all the different angles, the pictures and stuff, like, okay, that's definitely a hold. But in the moment, that's a ballsy call to make.
Yes, it is.
And how about the fact Nick Bolton almost had 2 defensive touchdowns in that game?
Yeah, I know.
And here's the thing. The biggest thing a lot of people are saying is Kansas City did something they've never done all year. They never re-strategize.
No.
They never regroup, re-strategize. It's always, hey, we're going to stick to our plan. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And when Andy Reid, also it got released today too, I think has a lot to do with it. Andy Reid gave a great halftime speech to them. Regrouped them. He apparently also said, if I see you step out of the tunnel or step out of the locker room and go watch Rihanna, you're not playing. I don't care who you are.
Really?
Andy Reid said, if you go see Rihanna, you're off. You're sitting.
Wow, I didn't hear that. I haven't seen his speech.
This is what Mahomes said. And then how about the fact the NFL paid almost $1 million to get that field resurfaced?
Yeah.
And it was terrible. Now, granted, I saw Eagles fans griping about it. I'm like, Kansas City had to play on the same field as you did when it was falling apart. You can't really
Exactly. Exactly.
I do think they got the MVP wrong.
You think it should have been Kelsey?
I would have liked to see Kelsey, or I think it should have been someone from the offensive line.
That leads into what I was going to say.
0 sacks.
Put it on a T-shirt.
They did. They wore it. They had did you see it? They had T-shirts on the parade. All the offensive linemen wearing that 0 sacks.
Yeah, because I think the Seattle defensive line average was 2 or 3 sacks a game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that.
You mean the Eagles?
What'd I say?
You said Seattle.
Sorry, I meant.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. You're pulling on me. That's fine. That's fine.
They're both birds. My bad. The Eagles average, like I said, 2 or 3 sacks a game. The Chiefs' offensive line stepped up in a huge way.
Oh, dude. And then how about this? Somebody posted today, Jeremy McKinnon, the real MVP. That man could have had his one and only Super Bowl touchdown. The touchdown he's been dreaming about his entire life.
Since he was a kid. Could have told his kids and grandkids about
He
that
did,
moment.
and he did the right thing.
He absolutely did the right thing.
He could have scored, but then again, you're giving the Eagles the ball with a minute and a half left. All they need is a touchdown.
Yep.
To tie and go to overtime. McKinnon said, nope, slid.
We, not me.
Hey, I love that.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of people. Well, here's the thing, and Jalen Hurts, stud. He's legit.
Yes.
So just like Joe Burrow and all the other quarterbacks I listed a couple weeks ago, will he fall into that category? Will he make it back to the Super Bowl again? Remember, what did I tell you? The quarterback that lost their first Super Bowl they have not made it back to the Super Bowl. Their first Super Bowl appearance. Will Jalen fall in that category? Don't know. Here's the thing. He's still got to get paid.
Yes, and I think he's about to.
Oh, he's about to. You got to throw him back. You have to throw him back. And then you got to pay Devontae Smith.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, you got to pay Kenny Gainwell, too. You got wild for Gainwell, but I think Gainwell next year will be the starting one there.
Yeah.
Sanders is good, but, man, Gainwell he was a freak when he got the ball in his hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Deebo Samuel was tweeting about it. He said, we proved all the flaws in their defense. They're not an all-pro. He goes, we showed it. The Chiefs just finished what we started. I love it. And then you got A.J. Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster. When they play next year, there's going to be a brawl. Juju with the all-time time, so let me hold you forever. Or what it was like, hold you tight over James Bradbury. And then you got A.J. Brown chirping back saying, it was one penalty, you didn't do nothing all day. I'm like, dude, A.J., he's a champion now.
Yeah.
Did you see the Melvin Gordon quote?
Yes, I did. I didn't do anything. I got carried.
You know what? Game recognizes game.
What a legend.
I respect you so much for that. That's the best thing. So one thing I will say the Chiefs is, here's the thing, folks. You can't bet against Andy Reid.
No. Well, you can, but you'd be unwise too.
So Patty Mahomes is now 2-3 in Super Bowls. I think the Chiefs have found their running back of the future.
Yes.
Pacheco?
Mr. Isaiah Pacheco.
I mean, I feel bad for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but he's now the number 3 running back there. 2 years ago, he was the number 1.
And he was inactive for the Super Bowl. I remember that morning I was walking over to the church, and I got
I think he was active.
Was he?
I think the Chiefs had everybody activated.
Okay. Never mind then. Never mind. But yeah, man, that career, man, what could have been? I mean, you come off.
There's still hope for him to retool and regroup, but man, we'll get to that later on. I think he'll be traded come the draft. But you look at it. Here's the biggest thing, though. You look at Kadarius Toney.
Yep.
That's a guy who could have been the running. Look at that punt return. Literally flipped the field, caught the ball on his 30, or ran it all the way back to the Eagles' 5-yard line.
Yep.
You see what happens when a change in scenery is? A guy that he's like a slippery wide receiver, like he's like a little slot wide receiver. We have a quarterback that can get it to him all the time, or can get it to him on the numbers. Dude, he's amazing.
Yes.
And I think Allen gave up like a 3rd rounder for him, and he helped win a Super Bowl for them, touchdown and the massive punt return.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me is the Chiefs' defense. Don't get me wrong, Hurts had a day. 4 total touchdowns. But you know what they did? They shut the running game down.
And that's what a lot of people were saying they were going to lean on heavy in the Super Bowl was the
So granted,
Philadelphia
they
run
had
game.
they had 100 and so here's the thing. The Eagles won possession all day long. They won, they had the ball 36 minutes. They had almost 100 more yards than them. They had 300 passing yards but they only had 115 rushing yards. Usually for them it's been vice versa.
Yep.
But hey, Super Bowl commercials, they suck.
Yeah.
The only funny one, in my opinion, was the Tubi one.
Yes.
That's because everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, my TV!"
It was a nationwide rickroll, is what it was.
The Jack Harlow one, the Doritos one, the triangle one was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was all right. We were talking about it. We were talking about it off the air. The Maya Rudolph M&M's clown one. I like Maya Rudolph. I think she's funny, but that's one of the stupidest commercials I've ever seen in my life.
And then Rihanna, I get she was pregnant and all that, but like, it was great, cool. She did it. She did it while pregnant. That's awesome. You go, girl. I wasn't entertained.
I enjoyed it.
I wasn't a big fan. I was getting ready to play Super Smash Bros. on our little set. I mean, you saw the little. It reminded you of Super Smash Bros. The platforms. I just wasn't a big fan of it. Like, it didn't keep. I wasn't engaged in it. And then she didn't have nobody come out there with her. She wanted one woman, and I get it, cool. But I will give you this: the Kanye feel was a big feel there. She did a bunch of songs with Kanye, and then come to find out afterwards, they were wearing Kanye, the Yeezy sunglasses, her little dancers.
Really?
Yes.
I missed that.
Yeah. They thought apparently they were going to have him there, but then he went off the rail, and I'm like, yeah, we can't have you, Kanye. The worst thing about the Super Bowl is not that the fact the Chiefs won, which I'm glad they won, or the Eagles lost for anybody. It's the fact that Greg Olsen called the game of his life. Come to find out, folks, now that Tom Brady is officially retired, Greg Olsen is now going to get demoted to Fox Sports anchor number 2. So with that being said, Starkey, he's about to lose $7 million a year
for something that's not even his fault.
No.
Because they promised that job to Tom Brady before he was even, 1, earned it, 2, before he was even done playing.
Hey, 7th floor Greg G-Ray. I don't care if I'm CBS, NBC, or I don't think NFL, they just spend money on Joe Buck and Aikman, but somebody needs to go get this guy. Amazon, go get him. And this guy is
amazing for Amazon.
This guy's, I love him, dude. Hearing him as announcer, he's amazing.
Yes, he is.
I mean, I wouldn't kick Roma as their number 1, but I have him, pay him more. This guy deserves more spotlights. Super Bowl, I thought it was good. I mean, all in all, I give it a 5.7 out of 10.
Okay.
Commercials weren't that good. The game wasn't good to the second half. And then I wasn't impressed with Rihanna. I'm probably the only popular person in the country, but
yeah, it is their own.
We were having a bets at my Super Bowl party, and everybody was listing who Rihanna's going to be a little co-performer.
Mm-hmm.
We all were wrong. No one took solo.
Yeah.
And Purple Gatorade. Shocker.
I missed that one. I didn't even see the color, so.
It was purple.
Interesting.
Hell, can we talk about Terry Bradshaw fat shaming Andy Reid?
Yeah,
come on, big guy, waddle on over here.
That's not okay.
I mean, it's not, but it's Terry. And then, how about the best thing ever? We all thought Andy Reid was going to go get a hamburger, a nice cheeseburger. He said, This is the important stat of the game.
He
said, yeah, I went to Pizza 51. I got a mushroom and sausage pizza and a salad just to make my chubbiness feel good.
Put the man in Canton.
So they've already opened up the odds, and before the game, there were already rumors going around that Andy Reid was going to retire if they lost.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. So my thing is, as long as they have Andy Reid there and Patrick Mahomes, you can't. They're going to be. You have to go through Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl every year. I don't care if you're Cincinnati, Buffalo, or Tom Brady back in New England.
Yeah, agreed.
You will have to go through Kansas City. That team is just built different with 15 and Big Andy as the coach.
Yeah, 100%.
I do think right now, if they decide to and they go get a couple wide receivers this offseason in the draft, just stack it up more. Because Juju's on a 1-year rental. They still need a true number one because, let's face it, Kelsey is the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to ask you this before we move on to the NBA. Where do you rank Travis Kelsey all-time tight ends?
I put Kelsey second behind Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, okay. Honestly, right now, I think Kelsey's is going to go down. He is the number one tight. Like right now, number one tight end of all time. I think it's him, Gonzalez, and then I will put Gronk third.
I would agree Gronk's third for sure. But
and then I'll go.
I still have him behind Gonzalez.
And then I'll go Jason Witten at 4 and Shannon Sharp at 5. I mean, you look at what he does on a weekly basis. You know what's going to happen. He's going to get open. They double him. He still finds a way to get open.
And we don't know. You don't know how. There was a couple times he got the ball like in space somehow, and I was like, "How do you let that big a dude get that wide open?"
Well, here's the thing too. Like you couldn't even bet on him. Like I didn't place any bets. It was like, man, this game's too scary for me. I don't want to. So I know, like, if you were looking at it, like bet on a Kelsey anytime touchdown, it was minus 150. So you put $10 on it, just a single one, you only make $1.
Yeah,
50 cents. Like it's not worth it
because they knew that it was going to happen.
Yeah, and then watching that happen because they're triple teaming him. Right now, the Chiefs have opened up as number one coming back. It's Chiefs, Bills, Eagles.
Okay. Interesting.
Hey, I love it. I'm here for it. Anything with the Super Bowl you want to discuss before we move on?
Yeah, real quick. Earlier we were talking about, and it's funny you just mentioned the Eagles are number 3. Earlier you mentioned the stat that first time quarterbacks who make it to the Super Bowl never make it back. And you asked if I think Jalen will. The answer to that question is yes, depending on who they hire as the new offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
The coaching carousel, for those of y'all that may have missed it, the coaching carousel is finally over. The Indianapolis Colts, shout out to our guy Eric, hired Shane Steichen.
And Matt. Yeah, all the Dickies and Busbys are Colts fans, apparently.
All the Dickies and Busbys. The Colts hired Shane Steichen as their new head coach. And the Arizona Cardinals hired, I can't think of his first name, Gannon, the defensive coordinator from the Eagles. So going into the new season, Philadelphia has to replace both of their coordinators after a Super Bowl. And I want to ask you this, Jared. This is the second time in the modern era this has happened, that a team after the Super Bowl has to replace what?
Patriots. Oh, really? Because I figured like Bill O'Brien, Patricia, all of them going off.
It's a little bit older team.
Older team. The Ravens. 49ers.
Hang on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Steelers. Not the Cowboys. Not the
Let me see.
Dolphins.
All right.
What division?
I'm going to give it to you. Just a second.
No. Give me the division. Let me guess.
I am. I'm pulling it up right now.
I thought you said I'm going to give it to you. Like, hey, I'm going to give you the answer. No. Let me guess.
Okay. The NFC West.
Oh, the Rams. Seahawks?
Nope.
What? Not the Cardinals. I said the Rams.
When the Rams.
No, I said the 49ers.
You did?
Yeah, I said it like a while ago. It's all good. I said when I was just randomly. I may have said them. I think I did.
So this
Probably
is the
Bill.
first
It was
time
Bill Walsh.
since the 1994 San Francisco 49ers.
Oh yeah.
Mike Shanahan left to go coach the Broncos, and Ray Rhodes became the coach of the Eagles after Super Bowl 24. If I did my Roman numerals right. So yeah, what a bit of trivia for you.
Love it. So I have something pulled up here. NFL cap space right now.
Okay.
This was before the Raiders released Carr to say $40 million. So just listen to some top teams right now and where they rank. Where do you think the Bengals rank in cap space?
I would say
the lower you are, the more cap space you have.
Right. I would say the Bengals are probably 7th.
The Bengals are 5th with $35 million. Well, you got to think all their players are under rookie contracts.
That's very true. I didn't think about that.
The Lions, and for Mitch, of course, are 11th. The Colts are 12th with $12 million. Where do you think the Philadelphia Eagles are?
I would say, because I know that AJ just got paid, I would say they're 19th.
They're 16th. Right behind them at 17 is the Chiefs.
Okay, wow.
The last team above the negative is the Pittsburgh Steelers at $1 million in cap space.
That's crazy.
The Cowboys are at minus $6 million. The Rams are at 23rd with minus $14 million.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are minus $16 million. They are 24th. The Packers are 25th. The Bills are 26th. This one's actually kind of shocking. The Jaguars, because I guess they pay their defense and offensive line.
Yeah.
They are 29th at minus $22 million. The Vikings, because of their big offensive core they have, they are 30th at minus $23 million.
Okay.
The final two teams are NFC South teams. The Buccaneers at minus $55 million.
Okay.
And then the New Orleans Saints are minus $59 million because they pay their defense. And they pay Kamara, pay Thomas, and they have every quarterback on a 2-year contract.
The thing with the Saints to me, though, and in a second I'm going to ask you about the other side of that. The thing with the Saints, though, is that they seem to be multiple after multiple after multiple $1 million over the cap every single year. And I heard an amazing analogy for that today.
What is it?
It was our boy Jeffrey Wright from 92.9 ESPN. He said that what they have done over and over and over again is essentially pay off credit cards with more credit cards, and then paying off that credit card with another credit card, racking up debt after debt after debt, until finally they can't apply for any more credit cards. They have to do something with all that debt they've accrued.
I love it.
So I thought
That's a
that
good
was an
analogy.
absolutely genius analogy. Well done. I know you're not listening, Jeffrey, but well done, sir.
Last thing on football. Here's a fun fact for you. Jalen Suggs, who's a point guard for the Magic, who's now the backup.
Mhm.
He was actually a higher rated quarterback coming out of high school than Patty Mahomes. Fun fact for you.
Wow.
Jalen Suggs was and this is in 2020, he was the 384th national player. Patty Mahomes was 398.
Oh, wow.
Jalen Suggs was the 15th best overall dual threat, and Patty Mahomes was the 22nd best dual threat. Oh, it worked out for both of them, really.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it, Starkey. Before that,
Real
we have an
quick.
ad read. Oh,
Real
go
quick.
ahead.
Can I take a guess at who because I don't think we talked about it, who the team with the most cap space is?
Go ahead, guess.
Is it Houston?
No.
Really?
No.
Is it a really lousy team?
Yeah. Houston was 4.
Okay. I'm gonna say, is it a team with the top draft pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should get
Is
it
it,
here short. I mean, it's
is it
pretty.
the Raiders?
The Raiders?
Yeah.
No. Remember, this is before they cut Carr.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay.
They have $94 million in cap space.
Who's the top
The
team?
Bears.
Really? See,
It was Bears, Falcons, Giants, Texans.
Okay. See, I was thinking that, but then again, they haven't paid Fields yet, have they?
They may not pay Fields.
Oh, true. Okay. For some reason I was thinking they paid their quarterback, but
No, not yet. They have not paid Fields. They haven't paid anybody because everybody's on rookie deals. Their entire offenses.
all right. Oh, fun fact.
Fun fact for you. Good one. Thank you for that. Was good. Hey, people want to know.
Absolutely.
So let's jump into. Before we do that, let's jump into an ad read. Starkey, we've been preaching now for 50 episodes. Porch to patio, home inspecting, folks. What are you doing? Why are you not calling Mitch?
You're making us sad. You're breaking Mitch's heart. The man and his wife just had a baby. They need help.
They have
They
two
need
kids to
income.
Well, I mean, he has an income, but it's a little extra income.
He needs more of an income.
It is more of an income.
Because as a man with a child and one on the way, surprise everyone, we know that babies aren't cheap.
Follow us on Twitter. You would know that, folks. Yeah, they're not. They're not. They get worse. But folks, we've been saying this. You folks use them for all your home inspecting needs, whether you're buying or getting ready to put your house on the market. Mitchell James, the Porch to Patio needs, will come to your home, or Porch to Patio home inspections will come to your house and inspect it. Realtors, he's looking to find a realtor partner to come partner with. You will not be devastated, folks. Use code BDL15 for a 15% discount at when he comes and inspects you. Do it, Starkey.
Like the Grizzlies called y'all call Mitch.
Yes, call Mitch. So let's jump into it. A lot has happened. Trade deadline. We were wrong.
We were so wrong.
Woke up on Wednesday morning, or woke up at midnight on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and I was like, oh my gosh. KD's now a Sun. What?
Like the great George Strait once said, I hate everything.
Well, I agree. They did him right. They honored him. I'm not mad. I wish he would have been a Grizzly, but I think the Nets won the trade. I don't think the Suns won that trade at all.
I absolutely think that
they got Mikal Bridges. Cam Johnson and Jay Crowder, who they traded for 5 2s to the Bucks. Was it 4? I thought it was 5.
No, I was saying I think it's in 4 1s.
No, it was 2s. He was 2s.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about they traded Crowder for 2s.
Yeah, Crowder for 5 2s.
And then they added and they got 4 1s and a pick swap.
Yeah.
For a 35-year-old Kevin Durant.
That's insane.
Oh, they came out like bandits.
Absolutely, they did.
Here's the funny thing: the Grizzlies were like, "Yeah, we'll give you whatever you want. Like, we'll give you any pick you want." Like, they little Grizzlies were like, "We'll trade your entire like draft pick selection." And then you heard, so that happened. I'm like, okay, I'm not that scared. I'm not that worried about KD being here. Because here's the thing, they have to gel. And I've been reading reports. I listened to All the Smoke podcast with Steven Jackson, Rachel Nichols, and our boy Matt Barnes, baby. They smoke a lot of weed on that podcast.
I'm sure they do.
Rachel doesn't, but dude, those two, oh my gosh. But dude, they are great. So they were talking about it. This is before the trade happened. They were saying how Matt Barnes was like, yeah, I've been hearing some talk to people, and they're like, KD's knees are shot.
Yeah. And I had no idea about that until you told me.
And then I go to Twitter, do some research. I'm like, okay, they're right. Some people I've been seeing reports saying that. So I'm like, okay. Somebody said that he maybe has 2 or 3 years left total.
Could you imagine what it like the end of KD's career coming down to his injuries?
I mean, hey, I didn't realize he was that old. I thought he was like, I did not realize he was only 35 years old.
Yeah,
I thought he was older.
When you put it in perspective, and this, how long has KD been in the league?
Since 2007.
Okay.
Same as Conley.
That is true.
Him and Conley are the last 2 of that draft class.
Yeah. Think about when you put it like this, you realize like the guys that we really grew up with, kind of like how old they're getting. He's only 3 years younger than LeBron.
Oh well, yeah, because you got to think KD had to do a year at college.
Exactly.
So I'm not that worried about it. And then you hear reports later on saying how the Suns were offering everything to get Kyrie as well.
Yeah.
That one was like, oh my gosh. So then you see sparks flying about, okay, now OG Anunoby's price has skyrocketed. They want like 3 4s for him. I'm like, okay, man, 3 1s. Sorry, I don't want to say 3 4s. They want like 3 1s and 2 players. I'm like, okay, that's way too much for OG. Granted, he fits the system. He's a 25-year-old guy. He's got playoff. He's 26. Sorry, he fits them all. I'm like, yeah, but that's too much. So, some other trades. What are your thoughts on the Lakers?
I think they got better for sure. I think they're still right now 2 games out, but I think they're even more so in the play-in conversation now than they were.
So it hurt me to see Russ. People are dissing Russ left and right. Russ is not a bad player. He didn't fit the system.
No.
Russ is a guy, he has to have in the ball in his hand, so does LeBron. That team had no shooting. You can't make Russ a jump shotter.
No.
Now, the playoff time, the man makes every shot. Or in clutch times, Russ will make him, but like, no. And how many All-Stars do you know, guys that know they're an All-Star point guard? Which Russ still is. He puts up great numbers when he's in the right system.
Yeah.
That are say, hey, I'll come off the bench. That's fine.
Right. Not many.
That man didn't say a word. He didn't complain. He didn't do nothing when they said, hey, we're going to move you to the bench. He said, cool, I'll be the 6th man. Let's go. Now he's a Jazz, and no one knows what's going to happen to him. They got one of the guys we all wanted so freaking badly, Malik Beasley.
Malik Beasley.
Who's reunited with his almost stepson, Scottie Pippen Jr. Ha ho!
I'm just saying.
We could have had our first father-son duo.
They easily could have been the first father-son duo.
Do you think it's going to be
LeBron and Ronnie?
Do you think Scottie was pissed when Scottie Pippen Jr. was like, God, he's like, God dang it, Dad's back.
Absolutely, yes.
So they traded. It was then Minnesota and Utah. Utah got Damian Jones, Juan Toscano, Russ, and a first rounder for taking on Westbrook's contract. Timberwolves got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Mike Conley, which pisses me off because I hate seeing him as a Timberwolf. D'Angelo Russell. I'm sorry, not D'Angelo Russell. A second rounder from LA and 2 second rounders from Utah. The Lakers got Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, and Jared Vanderbilt.
Yep. Who was another sneaky name that I'd say probably day and a half, 2 days before the trade deadline. Vanderbilt's name, I think we may have actually talked about it.
So I like Vanderbilt. He's a great player. I would love to have him. He doesn't fit what we need.
No.
You already have 2 undersized bigs that can't stretch the floor with BC and Tillman. And we have enough problem stretching the floor already.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the only reason why I did not want Vanderbilt. But you had D'Angelo Russell, who's going back to LA, where it all started. I just hope LeBron learns from Nick Wood, Swaggy P. And if you're in the room with D'Angelo Russell, make sure that man don't got a cell phone out. Because he going to record you and ruin a relationship like he did Nick Wood and Iggy Azalea. That's son of a gun.
Or, here's a crazy idea. Just don't do anything stupid that he would have to record.
Hey, man, we all fall short, but we're saved by grace. I don't condone cheating, but I'm just saying we're all saved by grace, Starkey. You should know that as a pastor.
I'm just saying, man.
Hear me out. I don't think that makes the Lakers a title team.
No.
They're gonna be a tough first rounder.
Yeah.
Before we get to the Grizzlies trade, we had a 4-team trade. Kind of shocked us to another guy we wanted, Saddiq Bey.
Yep.
Traded to the Hawks. Hawks got Saddiq Bey. Pistons got James Wiseman, who you're happy with that he finally gets to go to a team where he can develop as a young, thriving team that's rebuilding. But the issue is, where does he fit in with that team? Jalen Duren starting to take off a little. Just had a 30-point night the other night.
Yep.
They have Robert Woods?
Who
is it? Give me one. Who is it? He played at I can't think of his name. He played at Kentucky.
Give me 2 seconds.
He played at what the crap is his name? Oh, Isaiah Stewart. He played at Washington. Sorry. Yeah, they got Isaiah Stewart, and now so I guess you're not gonna bench Duren. He's started coming to his own. There's no way you bench that guy.
No.
But bring Wiseman off the bench, get him going, and then maybe trade Isaiah Stewart, whichever one sucks the least, really.
Or could you imagine that all Memphis backcourt?
That'd be a scary backcourt.
It would be a terrifying.
Just hear me out. Listen to this, though. Cade Cunningham. Jaden Ivey. Bogdanovich. Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren. With a James Wiseman coming off the bench.
That's an incredibly young court.
Hey, it's young, but you got your veteran guy who you just paid the bag to. The Trailblazers got Kevin Knox and a bunch of and 4 second rounders. The Golden State Warriors got Gary Payton Jr. and 2 second rounders from Atlanta, So the biggest one, this trade almost didn't go through because Gary Payton Jr. is dealing with a core injury that's going to sideline him for up to 3 months.
Yes.
So that one, everyone was like, okay, this one's not going to go through. So I was talking to you. Oh, the biggest trade of them all, we missed it. Mo Bamba got traded.
Yes, he did.
For Pat Bev.
For Pat Bev.
I'm Pat Bev. I'm pissed.
You know that man is not going to see
My thing is, why in God's name would the Lakers want Mo Bamba? He's relevant for two things. The song and getting the crap beat out of him by Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
And your boy Thomas Bryant got traded.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second?
I mean, the guy got traded because he wanted the ball. So if you rewatch we also did this. LeBron hit the game-winning, hit the shot, got his points. He's all-time leading scorer in NBA history. Woo! Fun fact: did you know his kids were wearing Jordan shoes, or in Jordan 1s and 4s, sitting courtside? They weren't even wearing LeBron shoes. Ha! But LeBron did it. But yeah, you go back and watch the play. Thomas Bryant had a mismatch down in the post on Shai Gilgeous, and LeBron's hitting a contested fadeaway.
And Bryant is calling for the ball under the basket.
All he has to do is catch it, turn to his right, and it's easy too.
Yeah.
I texted you and Eric in our little group chat that we had for the show. Am I the one that finds it funny that LeBron broke the record and the Lakers still lost?
No, I mean, I kind of saw that happening. I kind of saw that coming.
So I was hear me out. I was reading something. Apparently Anthony Davis wants out of LA.
Really?
Him and LeBron he's having issues.
I mean, how much longer does AD have left on his deal?
I think about 3 years. I think 3 years. But remember, they signed him to be the next face when LeBron retires.
True.
Here it is. He signed a 5-year contract. He is on contract to 2025.
Okay.
It's a player option in 2025, and he'll be making $43 million. So yeah, he'll be a Laker until 2025 once he's traded.
So yeah, he's going to be in Portland for a while.
So trade deadline day, I think everybody was on edge all day. Because you kept seeing it, reading things on report. OG Anunoby keeps going up. Sadiq Bey's gone. Malik Beasley's gone. You're like, well, who the crap are we going to get? And I'm like, what the F, man? I called you. I was like, are we not going to make a trade? And then it broke. You call me. We ended up making a trade for Luke Kennard.
Sniper gang.
So it's not a flashy trade. It's not a sexy trade, but it fixes the needs of what we need. We needed 3-point shooting. We needed guys to make knockdown, wide open 3-pointers. That's where we've sucked. Kennard's a 52% career corner 3-point shooter.
Yes.
Last year, he led the league in 3-pointer percentage, right in front of our own Desmond Bane. Granted, his defense isn't there. Guess what? I don't need him to play defense. I got the best defender in the NBA as my anchor.
Exactly. You can play 4-on-5 if you needed to. Just tell Kennard to stay in the corner.
So a guy named Nathan Chester tweeted out and said, if the Grizzlies don't make a move, I want Kleiman to answer these questions. How do you plan to make a significant upgrade in free agency when your 3 best players will soon be on or near max extensions? That's the first question he asked. 2, how do you plan to use this is the one that still plays relevant after this trade to me.
Yes.
How do you plan to use your 3 first-round draft picks in the next 2 years when you already have a surplus of developmental prospects? So granted, we didn't make the trade everyone thought we were going to make, the splash trade.
But we still have the opportunity to.
You do. Yes, you do. The West is wing-wise, we're not good.
No.
We are not good wing-wise. These they still screwed up with Z. Kleiman doesn't make mistakes, does he? No.
He's made one.
Oh, Winslow. Just Winslow. You gotta think, man. Look at me. You gotta think. Z's been injured half the season. He's been playing in the hustle. He's getting his feet on. He's got to get the confidence back. Same with Laravia. Laravia to start the year was great. Once he got 10 games into it, he started catching his own, believing in himself, making his own shots. That's all I asked for. So, we didn't make the trade we want us to wing, but let me tell you what. We have a chance to do something. We have a chance this offseason. I don't know who we go after, but you got to make a splash move.
Yeah. We have the ammo to do it.
You have 3 firsts. And granted, all we gave up for Luke Kennard was Danny Green, who I hate to see Danny go. He was literally the veteran on the team.
Yeah.
Besides Adams, he's our veteran. Hate to see him go, but you could tell his 2 games back, his knees are shot.
Yes. 100%.
Who was it? Who was he was signing with?
He just signed with Cleveland.
I'm not worried with that. But not worried with that at all. But you look at the trade, it's a great trade. It's not what we wanted, but it's a great trade. And what pissed me off is Sunday, his first game, he only had 4 shots.
Yeah.
4 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was 1 of 4. Dude, Grizzlies, get him open. Get him the shots. Let him shoot. I was listening to somebody, Devin from Chris Vernon Show, was saying he played with 2K. The lineup of Ja, Desmond Bain, Luke, Jaren, and BC. No, it was Dylan. It was Luke. It was small ball. It was Ja, Luke, DB, Bain, and Jaren. He said, dude, you smoke people in 2K with that lineup.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a great lineup there. So you hear him say beforehand, you hear Kleiman said, yeah, getting rid of Dylan was never part of our MO. I'm like, what? I think the only reason why you say that you literally hear him say, yeah, we swung for the fences for Mikal Bridges. We swung for the fences with KD.
Yep.
And those are the 2 guys I wanted after the KD trade, before it all happened. Like Mikal Bridges was a guy I wanted once he got traded to New Jersey or Brooklyn. I wanted him so bad. He's playing career high minutes. His usage is at an all-time high. He's averaging 23 points the past 30 days. They didn't want to give him up. He's part of their core now. I get that. Cool. But, man, I think the reason why you say that about you didn't want to shop DB is because you want to keep his confidence because you need him now. And here's my thing is, you didn't trade him. Do you let him walk for nothing? Or do you sign him back and try to trade him again? My thing is, you sign him. Here's my thing. I said it to you. I said to other people. He's shooting himself out of so much money right now.
Yeah, he is.
Doris Burke was saying on Sunday in the Celtics game, he's a first-team defender. Yes, when he wants to be.
When he wants to be.
Look at what he did Sunday. He held Jason Tatum to 0-8 in the second half. Tatum only ended up with 16 points. That was the first time in Tatum's career he was held scoreless, and he didn't make a field goal and a half.
I didn't realize that.
So I texted you, texted everybody this, and was like, because before we get the All-Star game stuff, was like, why in God's name are we not? Oh, by the way, Grizzlies are up by almost 20 points.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up.
So this leads me into my segment right here. So I know I didn't trade it for, but I know you agree with me here. Why in the good Lord's name, Starkey? Why? You're a man of faith. I have faith in Jenkins. I have faith in everybody. Why are we not going through 13?
I have no idea. That's another question that if I'm Nathan Chester, that's another question that I know that's more toward Jenkins than it is Zach, but that's another question I'm asking the leadership of that team. Tripp needs the ball in his hands as much as humanly possible.
So his usage as an all-time low in his career. I'm pulling it up right now. His usage. Where was it? This is an all-time low in his usage. I think it's like 20% this year, which is a career low for him. Jaren right now for this season is averaging. Sorry, that's totals. All right, sorry. He's averaging 16.7 points on 11 shots a game. 11.9 shots a game. He's averaging 16 points. Here's the thing. Friday night, you're playing Minnesota. You know who they started? Because Cat's hurt. They started Kyle Anderson, who's 6'8", 6'9", and Rudy Gobert, a slow 7-footer now.
Yep.
Jaren ate them alive when he got the ball. Feed him. It's not that hard. Here's okay. I was wrong on Jaren. You were too. We both were. We all were. Jaren is our second best player on this team.
100%, and it's not close.
It's not because of his defense. Look at his offense.
Yeah.
There's two players I would say in the NBA that can stick with him. Giannis.
Yep.
And Porzingis.
Yeah.
Only two guys in the NBA. Embiid's too slow. LeBron's too small. Ayton just doesn't care anymore.
Jokic
too slow. Pascal Siakam's too little. Tatum's too small. Lauri Markkanen too weak. Sabonis is okay. Well, he's got too slow feet. But when Jaren's going to the basket, when Jaren has his head glued in, Jaren's unguardable. He's his own worst enemy. Honestly, no, I take that back. Jaren is his own worst enemy no matter what. Like Sunday, Jaren fouled out. Jaren should have had a field day Sunday against a small Boston team.
Yep.
Hear me out before we get to the All-Star stuff, because then we got to wrap it up here soon. We only lost by 10, and the Celtics almost shot 50% from three on 51 attempts.
That's whenever
our 3-point defense is terrible.
Oh yeah, we have some of the worst 3-point defense in the league. I haven't seen numbers on that, but yes. When you text me 51 threes, I was floored.
And we got out rebounded by I think almost 20 boards. I think it was 15 boards.
That right there, that little stat right there is just even more proof of how badly we're missing Steven Adams.
They were rolling out Al Horford, Mike Muscala, the time wizard Robert Williams on Jaren. And granted, Jaren's it was all defensive fouls and one offensive foul that shouldn't have been an offensive foul. But Jaren's untouchable. He's unguardable.
Yep.
Honestly, and for us, if we're going to make our run, you feed him. You keep giving him the ball over and over and over and over again. He should get the ball in the paint or heading to the basket at least one possession. One time every possession.
Yep.
Real fast before we end it, I do have something I want to ask you real fast, okay?
Okay, go for it.
So we blew up the Nets, right? The Nets have blown up their stuff, okay?
Okay.
Twice now. This is now twice the Nets have decided to make a super team.
Yep.
First time was in 2013 when they went in all in, actually. So prior to this, they went in and tried to create a super team to go out to compete against the Miami Heat. And when they were getting ready to move to Brooklyn, they wanted to face the franchise. So they traded with Utah for Darren Williams. Great point guard out of Syracuse.
Great point guard.
Underrated. They traded him for Devin Harris, Derek Favors, 2 firsts, and $3 million to the Jazz. Okay, so already 2 firsts into this. Okay.
Okay.
Next is the most fleeced trade in NBA history. Paul Pierce, KG, and Jason Terry for a 2014 first-round draft pick, which turned out to be James Young. He was a bust. 2015 was Chris McCullough, bust. 2016, Jaylen Brown. And 2018, Colin Sexton. And along with Chris Humphries, Gerald Wallace, Chris Joseph, Marshawn Brooks, and Keith Bogans. Okay?
Okay.
They traded all that for those guys there. Danny Ainge got them.
Yep.
Danny Ainge got them. So the next trade is they also, the year prior to that, they traded for Joe Johnson. They traded Jordan Farmar, Anthony Morrow, Jordan Williams, John Petro, Deshaun Stevenson, and a 2013 first-round draft pick, which turned out they traded it to Atlanta and Dallas for Shane. It ended up being Shane Larkin. Okay, so not really there. That team, when they finally had their super team, they went 44-38. They lost in the second round of the playoffs to the Miami Heat.
Okay.
So was that team a bigger bust than the KD, Kyrie? Oh, I'm sorry. It was I forgot one more last thing. It was a 2017 pick swap.
Okay.
Which turned into be Jason Tatum. So they got their 2 stars out of that trade.
Yep.
Okay. So was that a bigger waste than the KD, Kyrie, and James Harden? Which one failed worse? So the year prior to KD and Kyrie coming, the Nets went 42-40. Their star players were a young Jared Allen, who went 10-10, Spencer Dinwiddie, who was averaging 17 points a game, Joe Harris was shooting the lights out, shooting 47% from 3, averaging 13 points a game. A young Karis LeVert was averaging 14 points a game, and D'Angelo Russell was playing like D'Angelo Russell we all thought he was going to be, 21-7. And then they traded all that away to get James Harden. So with that, they traded 4 firsts and 4 pick swaps. They traded 22 firsts, 24, 26, and they had another 22 firsts. So they traded 2 22s, a 2024, and a 2026. They also traded away a 21 pick swap, a 23 pick swap, a 25 pick swap, and a 2027 pick swap.
That's crazy.
Out of all those 2 super teams, which one failed the most? To me, it's the first one.
Okay, I was gonna say it could be more recency bias, but I'm gonna go the second one.
I think just because look at you gave away, I think a total of 6 first rounders. Now, granted, they gave away 8 technically for James Harden.
Yeah.
And he lasted 1.5 seasons with them. But I think you had all this hype around that super team, and the fact Paul George, sorry, in piece of ice, Paul Pierce left that offseason in free agency. They knew that, and Danny Ainge was like, "Hey man, yeah." He goes, "Give me the." Oh, and they got Andre Karolinko, AK-47, veteran minimum. So, and they had Jason Kidd as their head coach. Remember that was the infamous, "Hey, bump into me."
Yeah.
I just think that the first one failed more because you had everybody knew, even Danny Ainge, he was like, "Hey, KG's washed, Paul Pierce is washed, Terry's washed. Yeah, you want them? Come get them."
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's just what they gave away for such old players like KG and Paul Pierce were in their mid to late 30s. They were like 35 or older. And Jason Terry was also old as dirt.
I guess where I'm coming from was the new big three with KD, Harden, and Kyrie. How many games did they actually play together in total? Do you have that in front of you?
74.
74. Okay, not even a whole season.
No, at least it's the first Nets super team played an entire season together.
Exactly.
They played one
of that whole era that they were together. How far did they make it in the playoffs?
Second round. The team played the second round and lost.
Okay. See, okay, that was another factor I was going to go into. I don't know, man. That first team, I definitely think that Ainge fleeced them for sure. But as far as more disappointing, I've got to go that second one. Because you think about it, with the first team, how many future Hall of Famers do you have on that team?
The first one?
Yeah.
2 or 3. You got KG, Paul Pierce, maybe you can make the argument maybe Joe Johnson.
But let's just say for sure 2. 2 for sure.
Uh-huh.
With the new team, there's an argument. I don't know about Kyrie. Maybe Hall of Fame is crazy, but there's an argument for 3 bona fide Hall of Famers on the new team. Didn't even play a full season together. I don't know,
man. Thank God we're not a Brooklyn Nets fan.
100%.
But they did get their picks back, or some of them back from Phoenix, and those could be gold here shortly. You never know.
Yes, that's very true.
So let's jump into All-Star Weekend. Okay.
Yep, let's do it.
Let's start it off. It's gonna be just like last year. Let's pick winners of each event. Okay. NBA 3-point shootout.
Okay.
It's probably the highlight of them all. Ooh, here we go. Let's do. I meant to say this earlier. Let's do Rising Stars.
Okay.
Who do you have in the Rising Stars? What team? You go Team Pal, Team Darren, Team Joakim, or Team Terry?
Let me see. I'm pulling it up real quick.
You're good. I am going to take Team Pau Gasol.
All right.
Team Pau features Jose Alvarado, which I don't really care about him. Paulo Banchero, Scotty Barnes, Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, Keegan Murray, and Andrew Nimgard.
Okay.
Who do you have, Starkey?
I am going to go with. It's hard for me to pick against my boy Junior, but I'm going to go.
Going. Oh, okay.
I'm not going Team Jason.
So you're not going Team Prospect.
I'm not going Team Prospect. I am going to go Team Joakim. consists of Jalen Duren, Josh Gidey, Quentin Grimes, Evan Mobley, Jabari Smith Jr., Jeremy Sochan, and Jalen Williams.
I do think if we lose to a team, it's going to be the Team Terry. I just think we're going to lose to one. That's the one thing we lose to.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like last year. It's just two teams you played to 21 and kind of a little tournament. So the next team, our next thing is the skills competition.
Okay.
Are you going to take Team Rooks, which features Banchero, Ivy, Jabari Smith, Team Jazz, Clarkson, Kelsler, Sexton, or Team Antetokounmpos?
Who is consist of the three Antetokounmpos?
Yes, Giannis, Alex, and Giannis.
I am. See, with the Antetokounmpos, Giannis is going to be carrying that team.
I mean, they won it last year.
You know what? It's not going to happen. Give me the Rooks.
Hey. I'm going to run with Team Jazz just because I feel like when it comes to the shooting part, they have Clarkson and Sexton. Both of them are great shooters. Okay, so 3-point contest. Who are you picking? It's Tyrese Halliburton. By the way, can we just say, loves to have the Pacers are so represented. They got two guys in the Rising Stars, and they got two guys in the 3-point contest. 3-point contest is Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Dame, Lauri Markkanen, Jason Tatum, Kevin Huerter, and Tyler Hero.
For the 3-point contest, give me Buddy Hield.
Okay, that's who I was thinking of taking. That's fine. I am gonna roll with. I'm gonna go with Tyler Hero.
Okay.
For the culture.
For the culture.
For the culture. Okay, so slam dunk contest, not the best names. Trey Murphy III, who's 6'8". Height does play a factor into this.
Yes.
Kenyon Martin Jr. At 6'7", Jericho Sims at 6'10", and Mac McClung from the G League. I'm going to go ahead and take my pick, Starkey. I'm taking Mac McClung.
See, I was going to take Mac McClung as well. First ever G League member to compete in this competition.
I knew you were going to take him, so I had to go ahead and say I'm taking the first pick there because I knew you were going to take for the culture, baby.
That's totally fine. Give me Trey Murphy 3.
Okay, so now we're going to wrap up the show, folks, doing an all-star draft. So you have Team Cox and Team Starkey.
Yeah,
keeping track, folks. Please go on Twitter and vote. Click on the poll. We will be uploading these later on tonight or in the morning. With the first pick, Team Cox is taking. It's just which team would win playing 1v1 or one against each other. I'm taking We're taking Giannis Antetokounmpo.
All right.
And by the way, folks, we are doing starters, and then we're just how they do in the regular one. It's starters, then reserves.
All right. Give me. Man, this is tough. For the first pick with Team Starkey, we're going to go. I hate it. We're going to go LeBron.
I'm shocked it took you that long to do that.
Well, there's a method behind that madness.
With the third pick, we are taking Luka.
Okay. that's the case, I'm running to the podium. With the 4th pick, give me Ja.
I thought about taking him, but I'm like, you can't pass up Luka over Ja right now. With the 4th pick, we are taking Jason Tatum.
All right.
Our 5th pick, sorry.
With the 6th pick, we are going to go with we're going to go the Joker.
Okay. I am going to take a Mr. Joel Embiid.
All right. With the 8th pick, we are going with Mr. Spada Mitchell.
Gosh darn it. I was hoping you would take Kyrie. Oh, gosh. Can you imagine a backcourt of or front court of Ja and Kyrie?
I know.
Well, I need a guard, so I guess I'm going to take Kyrie. Which I'm not mad. But, I mean,
which leaves me with taking actually who I was debating on taking at 8, Mr. Lauri Markkanen.
so real fast, that has my team as Luka and Kyrie, just like in real life. Didn't plan that. That was not how I thought it was going to happen. Giannis, Embiid, and Jason Tatum. Your team is Ja, Donovan Mitchell, Jokic, LeBron, and Lauri Markkanen.
Yep.
So, here we go, folks. Time to take the reserves because he's averaging, gosh darn, near 50 points a game. I am taking Dame time.
All right.
Because you can never have enough shooting.
Team Starkey is going with Mr.
I know it's
Give me
tougher than what you
SGA.
think.
Give me SGA.
Shai Gilgeous. Okay. Shai went off the boards early. So, I think I'm going to go on a reach here. He's having a great year. I'm going to take Jaren.
Okay.
Just so I lock up my front court. I have Giannis, Embiid, Tatum, and Jaren. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. All right. Give me Bam Adebayo.
Bam. Okay. Okay. That leaves me. I thought you were going to take my guy. Give me Anthony Edwards.
All right. Let's see. I feel like I need to take him now before he gets taken. Go ahead and give me KD.
KD?
Yes.
Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
He's injured.
Then why on earth was he listed earlier?
He's listed, but he's out. He got replaced with Pascal. So Embiid replaced Durant as a starter, and Pascal replaced Embiid.
That's what it was. Okay.
So just take out KD and put Pascal.
Okay, got it. with that, if that's the case, go ahead and give me some. Give me DeMar DeRozan.
Which I speaking of injuries, I don't know how Jaylen Brown's going to play, but they haven't taken him out yet. Give me Paul George.
Okay.
Just more. I need more shooting.
Give me Tyrese Halliburton.
I was thinking of taking him. Give me Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
If he plays, which he's still playing as of now.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with 4 players left, Starkey. Drew Holiday,
Yep.
Julius Randle, Pascal Siakam, and De'Aaron Fox. 2 bigs and 2 guards left.
Give me Sabonis.
I'm sorry, it's 5 left. My bad, I didn't even see them. Okay, so now we have 4 players left. Sorry, I jumped the gun there. Sorry. Oh, this is actually tougher than I thought. I'm going to get through my team real fast. Okay. Give me Pascal.
Okay.
I hate Julius Randle.
Yeah. Give me De'Aaron Fox.
You son of a gun. And then I'm going to take Drew Holiday. And that leaves you with Mr. Irrelevant. Mr. Julius Randle. You know what I'm going to like? So, you know one thing they changed up this year I don't like? I don't like them doing the All-Star draft right before it.
I don't like it either.
I kind of like watching televised. I also miss the East versus the West. That was more fun to me.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
So, let's recap teams real fast. My team, let's do Starkey's first. Starkey's team, his starters would be Ja Morant and Donovan Mitchell. And he went all Western Conference with his front court of Jokic, LeBron, and Lauri Markkanen. His backcourt, sorry. Or front court, yeah, front court. Mine is, in real life, we went with Kyrie and Luka. Then we went Giannis, Embiid, and Jason Tatum as our starters. Starkey's reserves were Shai Gilgeous, Sabonis, and De'Aaron Fox, DeMar DeRozan, Tyrese Halliburton, Julius Randle, and Bam Adebayo. Jared's was Jaylen Brown. I was about to say Jalen Tatum, sorry. Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, and Pascal Siakam, Damian Lillard, Paul George, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Anthony Edwards.
Yep.
Folks, let's get these teams simmed up. If I had 2K23, I'd sim it up and let's see who won.
Absolutely, that'd be awesome.
But I don't. So, folks, vote online. Who do you think is going to win? Folks, that's going to end it for tonight's show. I do have one last thing. Starkey, Daytona 500 is Sunday. Who's going to win?
Yes. Oh, Chase Elliott, right? Chase Elliott,
we're
baby.
Going Denny Hamlin. Number 11, all day long. Number 11. Folks, that's going to do it for tonight's show. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for being here as always. We'll be back better than ever. Next week, we are scheduled to have a college basketball insider.
Yes, we are. We're very
please
excited.
Stay tuned. We're going to kind of devote that to the Grizzlies and college basketball now that football's done.
March Madness is
Grizzlies.
We're very excited.
The Grizzlies currently are up by 15 at the start of the third. Ja has a quiet night of 6 and 6. He's 3 of 10 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. Santi is 2 of 2 from 3, 10 points. Luke Kennard has only shot the ball 3 times for 5 points. Desmond Bane is 1 of 3 from 3 for 12 points, and Jaren is letting it fly. He's 4 of 7 from 3.
6 12 from the floor for a game high 16 points.
He also has 7 rebounds. Also, are we going to see if him and Ja end up on separate teams? Are we going to see a challenge at the rim?
Probably.
Because at the end they always do this little fun stuff at the end. You think they'll finally give us what we want, a Ja versus Jaren? Also, folks, Jaren has 4 blocks and 4 steals.
Mm-hmm. But they're at home, so that's probably going to be it.
It's all fake stats. Folks, we'll be back better than ever next week. Mm-hmm. We love you. See everyone later.
Be safe, y'all.